Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to look at something that I don't see very often. A lot of people do hitchhiker. A lot of people do, stacks to and heisting up from bottom to, alleviate themselves from submission pressure. But one of the best ways to deal with the Juji Gatame, especially a full Juji, where there's a cross-face leg and a torso leg, is just lengthening the legs apart so that you don't really feel in danger of the Juji Gatame. And because there's length and space between both of your partner's legs, and we look to separate them, we'll have an easier time bringing our elbow down to the mat, and we won't be, again, susceptible to getting finished. So, I'm here like so. Usually how I want to start, right hand on left bicep, left hand underneath the hamstring. This is pretty much like your standard EBI starting position, and from here we can do a lot of great things. But sometimes it's going to be tough, and maybe Camille gets me to a point where I'm just in a gable grip, palm to palm like so. From here, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to turn towards the camera, and I'm going to bring my left elbow down in front of Camille's foot. And the goal is to get behind the Achilles. Once I'm behind the Achilles, I can start to bring my heels to my butt, and I can start to push the leg down and look to bring my knees towards my chest and start to look to capture Camille's torso leg. Once the torso leg is captured, I can bring my knees towards Camille's body. And as you can see, that separates Camille's torso leg from her crossface leg. So there's a huge gap right now. So now the last thing I want to do is, again, if Camille's pulling my arm, she's trying to separate, I'm trying to break my grips on my own terms. I'm going to turn, again, asymmetrical shoulders, where I turn and I'm going to be on my right shoulder, my left shoulder and left hip come up off the mat. My elbow punches down towards the mat, like so. And from here, it's an easy thing to escape and look to get the elbow down to the mat. And from here, we can start look to come up. We can start looking to take scoop grips on our partner's leg, and we can start looking to attack the legs from there. So again, 3 things we can do. We could either lengthen the legs, we could look to hitchhiker out, or we could look to stack our opponent heist up from bottom and make their spine concave. So again, usually I want to start in this standard EBI position with my hand behind the crossface leg. But I feel Camille's gotten me to palm to palm. So my heels come towards my butt, I turn in the direction of the camera, and I just bring my elbow down and behind the Achilles. I'm going to push the torso leg down. Camille's going to try to resist. I push the torso leg down as I bring my knees to my chest, and I capture Camille's torso leg. Now we have to be very, very mindful. Once we do this, we might be susceptible to cross ashigarami, so we have to be quick. As soon as I do this, I'm turning towards Camille. I'm getting up off of my left shoulder and left hip, and I'm immediately punching my elbow down as my left hand goes behind the hamstring. Once I'm here, I can take a scoop grip with my left hand, right elbow to the mat. I begin to sit up, and now we can start going into the legs and going back into an offensive cycle.